you for joining wherever you are. Everyone is talking about Jonathan Majors. Everywhere you look, he's in the headlines. And so, Tam fam, let's just keep it real on this show. When this Ebony Valentine's Day cover was released, I mentioned that we had Jonathan on our show back in 2021, but it was on Zoom, right? It was a great honor to have him on, but it was on Zoom. I put out the invitation. Here's what I said. Jonathan, you can come back and sit in this seat in person. Well, Tam fam, they say, if you ask, you shall receive. Can I get an amen? So this is a huge day because today, Creed 3 hits theaters, and right now, he's here, the award-winning actor, the man who lives up to his name, Major, the Jonathan Majors! Welcome. Congratulations. Have a seat. Wait a minute. I turned my eye for a second and you're out here just throwing them.
It felt like a match.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I mean, hello in person.
Yes, ma'am.
Creed 3 today drops.
Yes, ma'am.
And also, Vanity Fair. You are gracing the cover of Vanity Fair magazine, the 29th annual Hollywood issue this month. I don't like to keep saying this is major, but this is major.
It's crazy, yeah.
When you say it's crazy, how do you define that?
I've not experienced anything like this in my life, you know. And I've watched, you know, we're both from Texas, right?
We are. We're both Virgos, too.
Oh, wait a minute.
I'm telling you. We know what that means.
Yeah, okay. You know, like where we're from, it's like, it doesn't happen like this.
No.
You know, even in sports,
Yeah.
you know, it doesn't happen like this. So I don't know what happened or who prayed over me or how it went down, but I'm glad it did, you know. So it's crazy.
It's interesting, that cover of Vanity Fair, just in the past few decades or so, these are just some of the names that have been on Vanity Fair. Spike Lee, Eddie Murphy, Jack Nicholson, Tom Hanks, Oprah Winfrey, Viola Davis. What do you have in common with them?
I think there's a level of excellence.
Yeah.
There's a dogged focus on the art form, and all those folks to me seem like they've given back so much to the culture, you know, and the industry. You know, they're American heroes and national treasures, I reckon, yeah.
You were on Zoom, and we talked with each other, and you shared at one point you had been homeless, that you were living out of your car, but you never gave up. I want to remind our audience, and you, what happened in that conversation. Let's play it.
But I hear this, it was just a little voice, you know. I remember saying, like, it's gonna be all right, bro.
Oh.
And you're gonna make it. And I mean, it's kind of wild, you know what I mean? Like you're gonna be okay. And this is it. You know, this acting thing is it, you know. And it's the same voice that's kind of been with me this whole time, and I've just kind of grabbed onto that.
We've all had that moment where we had to tell ourselves, even if we were unsure, that it was going to be okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now here you are, and it's better than okay.
Yep.
When you go in rewind mode to that, because I was wondering what was going on, because a lot of times we're full, and tears are a release of being full. You had just been nominated for an Emmy for Lovecraft Country, which was I was obsessed. The Harder They Fall had been released, and you were already preparing to join the Marvel Universe, but you were full of emotion. Were you processing life at that point? What was going on?
it's an immense amount of, sometimes it's just relief.
Yeah.
You know, where you go, holy smoke, somehow, you know, I played a character named Jesse Brown in a movie called Devotion.
Yes.
And he has a line.
Phenomenal.
Appreciate it. He has a line, somehow, every time I made it out.
Somehow, every time I made it.
Yeah.
Which, you know, brings me to Creed, which is released today. I saw the film top to bottom. Brilliant. Brilliant. Directing, acting, everything about it was resonant. And this character, Damian, that you play, he's a childhood friend of Adonis Creed, just got out of jail, looking to get back what he feels he lost. And I thought a lot about, to your point, you said our childhoods. I think about how many people could have been me that were better at it, that could do it, but you always wonder why I got the break or why I didn't get the break. And that's what you feel in this character. He's so, we've seen him before, and we've all probably been him, wondering about our shot.
Yes, ma'am.
When you read the script for this guy, did he seem familiar to you?
Dame is deep, and I don't mind saying it. Like, there are a lot of guys who I grew up with who, you know, didn't make it out. But Dame, to me, is a love letter to, I was just talking to my mom about it, this guy named Joe Young. And we called him Mighty Joe Young. And Mighty Joe Young had been incarcerated for 15 years before he met my mom. And ultimately, he was my stepdad. And I watched this man, you know, get us up out, you know what I mean? With his drive and his ambition and his hope. And I saw it in his eyes. I saw that, you know, he felt like he had missed out on something. And raising me was a part of his mission. And when I saw Dame on the page, I went, oh, that's my stepdad, you know.
More with Jonathan Majors next.
Brought you into my home, bruh. You met my family. I put money up for you. Put the gloves on your hands like you asked.
That's enough, Jolie. You put the gloves on my hands? Oh, homie. You must be punchy. Because if memory serves, you used to carry my gloves.
Get your and get out the gym.
We're back with Jonathan Majors, star of Creed 3 in theaters today. I'm telling you, the entire time I was watching Creed, from the moment Dame is introduced in the hoodie and he's coming in, I was like clutching my chair. I probably tore a hole in the chair at the very end. I looked at an interview that you did a while back, and you were talking about as a young man trying to manage your emotions. And you said that acting served as a release valve. The quote was, "I'm still angry. I still got that dog in me that has something to prove to the dad that left me. That acting teacher that said I wasn't bleep. The rich kids when I was growing up. As much meditation and prayer that I do, no one transcends." That's Dame.
Yeah.
And these are your words about you.
I mean, there's a real connection to that, you know. There's growth. There's always growth, you know, but it's still there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's still there. I would like to say I'm past it, but I'm not. You know, I mean, I deal with it every day.
We were talking in our interview over Zoom. You said that there was this book that you read religiously. It's called An Actor Prepares. And you remember that book?
That's standard procedure.
Yeah, you told me that you borrowed it from the bookstore. I didn't investigate because I didn't want to get you arrested.
Yeah, thank you.
But they will come back after you.
Yeah.
So tell the audience what it meant for you to have that book.
Oh, man. So I was working as a barista. You know, the Starbucks cafes, Barnes & Noble vibe. And I grabbed that book when I was, at that point I was living in my car for a bit. And that book, it just walked it out, you know, what this acting thing was, the textures of it, the experience of it, you know what I mean? It was a folktale for me.
It was a
you
folktale.
know, every time. Yeah, it was great.
It was your guiding light.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It was an instruction manual. You know, it was preparing me for the battles that were to come. You know?
And also the victories.
And the victories that were to come.
Which include today, Creed coming out.
And
in
sitting here with you.
celebration of it, we found a copy of the book.
Oh.
But here's the deal. We know that that's not the exact copy, but this is why this copy is so special. This was from 1989, the year you were born, and I wrote a quote for you that I think you love Sidney Poitier. and everything that he represents. And I found this quote that I put in the book on a card, and it says, "I have this feeling that life is so magically created that if I respect it, that respect will come circling back to me in ways I don't even know." And I thought of you when I saw that quote from Mr. Poitier, who I had the honor of meeting. He said that to Oprah in 2000. I mean, this is circling back in ways that that kid in the Oldsmobile who was reading that book never could have imagined. And here you are.
Thank you. Lord.
We love you. We love you.
It's overwhelming.